Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Waterbury Arts Magnet School Class of 2017 Commencement Exercises. Please remain standing as our WAMS choir performs our national anthem. I'd like to invite seniors, graduating seniors, to please join the choir. Make sure they're all set. I would like the graduates to remain standing for a moment of silence for a fellow graduate who recently passed. Thank you. Marshals, please.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome everybody tonight on a wonderful evening. My name is Joseph Knoll. I'm fortunate enough to be welcoming everybody here for our commencement exercises for the Waterbury Arts Magnet School Class of 2017. I want to welcome everyone, but I'd like to start by welcoming some of our distinguished guests. First of all, the Honorable Mayor, Mr. Neil O'Leary. Our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Kathleen Ouellette. And Board of Education Commissioner, Mr. Charles Stango. Let us conclude by welcoming all of our friends and family and our staff, and most importantly, the reason we are here. Let us welcome the graduating class of 2017 for the Waterbury Arts Magnet School. Almost. Tonight, folks, is a special evening, and it's very special for all of us, not only for the graduates, but their families. It's been a long road, and it's very, very special, and I congratulate everyone in advance. We have provided an enjoyable agenda this evening. We are going to have some words from some of our distinguished guests, some of our graduating class members, and another beautiful song, that's an arrangement from our choir, which we've already heard, led by Miss Vagnini. So at this point, I'm going to tell you that we have that, along with the graduation ceremony with the awarding of diplomas. And I'm going to introduce our principal, Mrs. Elias.
Thank you, Mr. Knoll. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the Honorable Mayor of the City of Waterbury, Neil O'Leary.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to the graduates, of course, of 2017. Job well done. Congratulations to your parents and all your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your grandparents, and all your family and friends. So tonight's my first commencement. I've got two more. I've got Crosby at 6 and Kennedy at 7. So I've learned at these graduation addresses to keep my remarks very brief, so you can be rest assured I will, because there's nothing worse than getting in the way of a good graduation party. So my advice and my words are very simple. Remember where you came from. Go out and pursue all that you need to be happy, because life is not a dress rehearsal, and you need to be happy. So find whatever it is that you think is going to make you happy, and then spread that happiness to others. And please, at some point in your lives, whether it's here in Waterbury or wherever you end up, please try to remember those less fortunate and try to give back to the community in any way that you can. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor O'Leary. And now I'd like to introduce you to our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Kathleen Willett.
Thank you, Ms. Elias. Good evening to our distinguished audience of parents, guardians, family, and friends, and Mayor O'Leary. Thank you for those remarks. We have Commissioner Stango with us, members of our fantastic administrative team here. Round of applause for them. And a great round of applause to the Waterbury Arts Magnet School faculty. Give them a round of applause. Job well done. And certainly, it is an honor and my honor and pleasure to be here with you tonight to celebrate the graduation of class of 2017. Give yourself a round of applause. The Waterbury Arts Magnet School is very unique here in Waterbury, not only because it is an inter-district magnet school that serves both middle and high school students, but because it is a school that nurtures the connections between academic subjects, the arts, fosters friendships based on common interests and talents. At WAMS, students have the opportunity to pursue their interests in music, art, theater, and dance, while also receiving a quality education in language arts, math, science, and technology. Your parents and families especially have been supportive of you. Perhaps they have assisted you in applying to attend WAMS, and surely they have watched you thrive in a rich art environment. They are cognizant of the way that some WAMS students feel that WAMS is a second home for them. Is that true? Yes, that's true. Come on. No. And tonight it is time to celebrate your outstanding achievements while at WAMS. I have delighted in seeing you excel in your academic achievements, and I have watched proudly from afar as you have perfected your musical and artistic talents. I have reflected upon your many accomplishments, both individually and collectively. You are graduating at a time when there are more opportunities for young people than ever. At WAMS, graduates will be young citizens with the relevant knowledge, skills, talents, values, and attitudes to join the workforce now or just in a few years after college, and respected contributors and strong leaders. Each of you will find that you have received an education that equips you to succeed, but that alone does not necessarily assure you of success. To succeed, you have to take initiative, be courageous enough to take chances, and be willing to be different. Go with your instincts, don't just follow the tide. Carve out opportunities for yourself. Don't always wait for them to be placed in front of you. Take discovery and innovation out of the classroom, into the job market, and into the larger world to advance your work or create real change. Graduates must have broad vision and long-term vision to see the context within which they will work and to see beyond it. You may be called upon to demonstrate leadership and teamwork, not only locally, but in the global arena. You must be able to be open to new situations and to other cultures. You will need to understand and appreciate differences among your coworkers and among members of your community. In other words, graduates must have or develop strong analytical skills and the ability to lead or work in multidisciplinary environments. They must have multicultural sophistication and intellectual agility. As you go forward, I recommend that you look at your options and choose those that will give you the most promising opportunities in the future. Work on things that interest you and embrace challenges you encounter with vigor and with hard work that will define who you are while inspiring those around you. As you move forward and build your legacy for future generations, I also encourage you to practice humility, responsibility, and dependability throughout your lives. I hope that as the messengers we are sending to the future, your messages will always be creative, compassionate, and considerate. I hope that you will always recognize that courage has many faces, speaks 1,000 languages, and lives all over the world. I hope that you understand that it looks the same to everyone. Hope, challenge, and courage. Words to ponder as you move forward and build your life. I speak on everyone here when I say, and on behalf of the Waterbury Public School System, we wish you well on your life journey. Congratulations to the class of 2017.
Thank you, Dr. Ouellette. At this time, I'm glad to introduce the Board of Education Commissioner, Mr. Charles Stango, for a few words for our graduates.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of 2017, parents and friends, and also everyone else up here and out there. I'm honored to spend your graduation ceremony with you all. Our Waterbury high schools are always so kind to invite members of the Board of Education to their ceremonies, and WAMS is the one that I really enjoy coming to. I'll probably continue to come to every one until they stop inviting me, but I'm proud to be here tonight. Graduates, WAMS is a unique school in many ways. One way it is unique is that for most of you, you have been here for 7 years, all in one high school building. That's a lot of time. It is, and it seems like it's going to be even shorter once you're out of here. You're not going to know where the time went. In 7 years, you really get to know one another, and your school and your teachers get to know every one of you. That could be good, could be bad. But word on the street is, and from your teachers, that this class of 2017 is really a very good class. Okay. A really good class. However, on the flip side, the real news on the feed is that good is not great. Settling for just being good can actually prevent you from being great. In the fast-paced world we live in, good is really not good enough. In the world now, as you go forward, you must compete with the globe. No longer will you be nestled in the friendly, safe corridors of the Waterbury Arts Magnet School. Going forward, you will be entering college or a career with others like you who come from far and wide. Those folks are your new competition, no longer the person sitting next to you in in your senior class, but the person sitting next to you in life. They, like you, possess high school diplomas, and like you, have access to a world of information at their fingertips. Your competition will be good. You must be great. Listen, the ability to be great comes not only from your mind and what you know book-wise, it must come from your heart and what you hold dear. What makes good great is how you feel about yourself, and perhaps more importantly, how you treat others. As for yourself, accepting responsibility will give you a moral and ethical base, a base which will help you to succeed where others without a moral compass may fail. As for treating others, treat them well. Be kind. Respect their voice. Say what you think, yes, but first, think about what you're going to say. Be kind. Try to leave everyone better off, feeling a little stronger, seeing a little farther. Only you can make yourself great. Not everyone who is good will succeed, but the great people, the really great people will. I sincerely hope that each one of you achieves your goals. Make being great one of them. Once again, I congratulate you. Good luck, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Stango. I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge two more of our administration staff, our assistant principals, Ms. Patricia Moore and Mr. Kerry Edwards. Popular. I would also like to present to you this year's junior marshals, Ms. Jessica Romanella and Joel Munoz. This is different than most of the other schools where we recognize two of our students that are juniors. These students deserve some recognition because right now they are ranked as number 1 and number 2 in their class. Next year they will be upon this stage graduating, and we wish them the best. And at this time we will be presenting our 2017 graduate program. Our school is really unique in another sense, not only with our marshals, but with our essayists. Rather than the traditional valedictorian and salutatorian addresses, we are privileged to also recognize our essayist. And this year's essayist for the 2017 graduating class, I am glad to present and honored Ms. Kim Deo up to the stage.
Hello and thank you to Superintendent Dr. Ouellette, Mayor O'Leary, Commissioner Stango, administration, staff, parents, families, friends, and the class of 2017 for being here today. When I was first invited to write a speech for the ceremony, I was hesitant to accept because I had no idea as to what I would say. Most speeches I looked up included wisdom and advice from people who had seen more of life in the audience, but since I'm roughly the same age as everyone graduating, I think trying to give advice would be supercilious, not to mention I'm still figuring life out, and sometimes I'm just improvising. But I do have something I wanted to share that really resounded with me during these past few months. For a lot of us, senior year is when you finalize the decisions that you're making for the future that might change a huge part of your life. It can be hard to decide where you want to go and what you want to do, especially knowing that you're starting to set a real path for the rest of your life. A few months ago, I was watching The X-Files with my sister, and there was this scene where the Scully sisters were talking about Dana's decision to join the FBI. She was worried because her parents weren't supportive of her, and she wasn't sure if she was choosing the wrong path, which are both things that some of us have had to worry about this year. After her sister heard everything, she said something that really spoke to me, which was, "Don't mistake a path for what is really important in life, the people you're going to meet along the way. You don't know who you're going to meet when you join the FBI. You don't know how your life is going to change or how you're going to change the life of others." I think that what she's saying is the most important thing to remember as you move on and start this new part of your life. No matter what you decide to do, there will always be people in your life that you interact with, people who have the potential to become friends or just friendly coworkers. No matter where you go, the people that you meet in the future can end up changing your life in ways you never predicted, and you can do the same for them. All of the best memories I have of this school are about the people, from my close friends to my classmates to my teachers and the administration. Each person here gave something to our class and made it special in a way no one else could. As you move forward in life, try to make your impact on others positive, because it's really the people you meet along the way that matter the most. Thank you.
That was excellent, Kim. Thank you very much. Our next speaker at this time is going to be Mr. Brock Sanford, our 2017 salutatorian. Brock, come on up.
Good evening, friends, family, parents, staff, administrators, and my fellow classmates. I would also like to thank Mayor O'Leary, Superintendent Dr. Ouellette, and Commissioner Stango for joining us this evening. As I sat down to write this speech, after blowing it off for weeks, I found it very difficult to encompass the exact feeling I hold at the end of my high school career. There are many emotions that flood my mind, and I'm sure yours too, during this pivotal time in all of our lives. One thing I would like to emphasize is that I will not bore you for 15 minutes. I have but a single main point I would like to address, nothing more, nothing less. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Before that, I would just like to truly thank my parents, as I would not have been able to accomplish all I have so far without their enduring support. Now, to my point. Hard work has become too praised and too romanticized in our society. We still very much subconsciously follow the Protestant work ethic in America, and in New England especially. Beginning truly in high school, we are shown and taught that hard work is salvation. School becomes a game of who can take the most AP classes, who can cram the most for an exam, and who can stay up late doing excessive amounts of homework every day. High school students are made into workaholics, adapting their sense of happiness to the reward of high grades and a high GPA, and being stripped of the simple pleasures that keep us sane. Unrealistically high standards are set for ourselves with this competition of exhaustion, and we inevitably fall short. Sacrifices of our passions and interests are made in the name of work and prosperity. True happiness is stuffed away to the back of the shelf during these times, and for most young adults, it stays there for good. I believe as a whole, our definition of success is mistaken, and I want to make sure that I hopefully change some of your minds before it is too late. Too many people work away their entire lives chasing a prosperous and affluent retirement. I refuse to live that way. Genuine wealth will come from a life of happiness, love, and identity. Self-expression cannot be sacrificed nor forgotten, and leisure needs to be included in our lives more regularly. We must stay true to ourselves and slow down and enjoy where we currently are and discover all that is around you. Life is all but too short. You need to make sure you let yourself have fun. We all need to support each other also and be open-minded towards one another. The truth is, the majority of us will not make seismic waves in the fabric of history. We will not be forever immortalized by some significant something. We will not change the world. But what we can change is somebody's life right now. You can mean something to somebody, and somebody can mean something to you. We're all in this together, and there is no use in wasting your energy towards negativity. Go out and do what makes you happy and makes others happy while you do it. Life is hard enough on its own that the last thing any of us should be doing is making anybody's life harder. There needs to be community, not conflict, between us all. I will leave you with a quote from none other than the Dalai Lama. What is important is not so much how long you live, but as to whether you live a meaningful life. This doesn't mean accumulating money and fame, but being of service to your fellow human beings. It means helping others if you can, but even if you can't do that, at least not harming them. Thank you.
Okay, that was fantastic. I appreciate it, Brock, but I'm going to give him a little bit more credit and something else to applaud about. When Brock had mentioned from none other than the Dalai Lama, as if everybody just hangs out the Dalai Lama and knows him. Brock is probably only one. They talk about 7 degrees of separation. Mr. Sanford did a wonderful picture of the Dalai Lama and sent it to him. And the Dalai Lama was so impressed that he signed it and sent it back to Mr. Brock Sanford right here at the Waterbury Arts Magnet School. And that is more than impressive. He got some national fame for that as well. Not bad. Not as good as my stick figures that I draw, Brock, but you're getting there, buddy. Yeah. Thank you again, Brock. And now at this time, family, friends, and classmates, let's give it's my pleasure to introduce, let's give a warm welcome to your actual valedictorian of 2017, Justice Walker. Come on.
Good afternoon, and welcome Superintendent Dr. Roulette, Commissioner Stango, administration, staff, parents, family, friends, and especially the graduating class of 2017. It is with great honor that I am given such an opportunity to deliver this speech to you. As I begin, it should be noted that I am not a student of false sentiment. I will not make such trite statements such as, "We are the future," or "Follow your dreams." As a matter of fact, I have lost sleep trying to avoid said cliches. The Yukon English class can clearly empathize with me on that topic. I've read your essays. They're late-night caffeinated ramblings. Instead of giving you the vague advice and overused aphorisms that have plagued the speeches of many, I wish to provide insight in what this day truly means for us, students. There is one particular story that I wish to share with you. One day I was playing basketball at the park with a very close friend of mine. The only problem was that I was considerably shorter than him. I was 5'6" and he was 6'2". Actually, that's a little bit more than 6, I guess. Upon realizing that I was making no attempt at defending him, he took me aside and said, "Look, I know you're one of the shortest people at the park, but you can still be bigger than the tallest guy in your mind." This taught me 2 essential lessons. 1, that the most obvious of disadvantages do not necessarily hurt you unless you choose to let them have that effect. And 2, that there are different ways of achieving goals. In the more literal sense, I now go for more steals than blocks, but this really applies to how one achieves his goals. For music, many famous performers had to grind their way through nightclubs and birthday parties, hoping to eventually get record deals. This is no longer the case today. With the advent of internet and personal computers, many of our music majors are able to create and present their craft to a much larger audience in a much shorter time frame. In short, careers have been easier to pursue today than our parents' youth. However, our generation is perceived as self-centered and apathetic. Considering how low voter turnout in this country is, there may be some truth to it. Too often we feel as if our actions have no effect on the world around us. Too often we believe that if an action is not capable of changing the direction of our history, then it is therefore pointless. And too often are we expected to constantly reach for the stars only to be burned by the sun, just like Icarus. Fortunately, we as a class have learned to understand that even the smallest actions can have the most profound impact. We know that inaction is no solution to any problem. I believe that we can reverse this trend of not participating in our communities simply because we view our actions as insignificant. Initially, when I was writing the speech, I was tempted to use the quote, "Be the change you want to see in this world." These words are attributed to Gandhi. However, they are not his. He actually said, "We but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we can change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change." What does this mean? It means that the only reason we perceive the world the way we do is because of our dispositions and behaviors. Referring back to the idea that small actions make a big difference, this is where we must start if we wish to better the world. The first and most important change is within us. This world is but a reflection of ourselves. And so I must conclude that our lives will be filled with uncertainty. We must be prepared for the often volatile nature of reality in the future. And in any time of hardship, it is not asked whether a person has worked harder or worked smarter, but whether or not they have worked at all.
That was fantastic, Justice, and thank you. Thank you very much. We heard one rendition already, but I once again am very proud to present to you our Waterbury Arts Magnet School Select Choir for a song that's very special for us for many reasons. I have a script, but I'm going to probably break away from that. I'm just going to ask that everybody recognize how beautiful that was for Ms. Vagnini, our company, Mr. Giacovino, and the incredible talent of our Waterbury Arts Magnet School Select Choir. Wow, beautiful. No? Wow, so impressive. At this point, Ms. Elias, are you ready? At this point, I'm going to introduce my colleague and friend, Ms. Elias, and boss, to come on up. Let's give her a big round of applause. Like I said, she is my boss, and welcome her to address everyone. Ms. Elias.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Knoll. Dr. Roulette, Commissioner Stango, staff, parents, families, and the class of 2017. Thank you all for attending this commencement exercise for our school. It's been a very, very special year. I want to make sure that I'm sending off this class with words that you will remember me by, because I will remember each and every one of you. And if you don't believe me, ask the kids here that I had in first grade at Tinker. I'm expected to stand up here now and give you some words of advice for the graduating class, just as you've heard. Should I tell you to follow your dreams? Should I tell you to do whatever you can do whatever you set your mind to? Should I tell you what it takes to be successful? I can do that, but I think you already know that, and I think you've heard a lot of that. I found some of the best quotes while I was trying to write my speech. And some quotes that really touched me personally that I think that you will find very helpful along your journey through your next chapter in life. Whether you're going to college, entering the workforce, learning a trade, joining the military, or taking some time to find yourself. As you know, I love shoes. So I will leave you with some shoe wisdom. Give a girl shoes, and she can conquer the world. It's great to be known for your shoes, but it's better to be known for your soul. Keep your head, your standards, and your heels high. Before you criticize someone, you should walk a mile in their shoes. Always hold your head up high unless you're admiring your shoes. Friends are like shoes. You don't need a lot of them. You just need a few good ones. And from my favorite Broadway show, Kinky Boots, shoes can protect a man's journey, but only his heart can choose the path. So many of you have taken a journey into my heart, and I will miss each and every one of you. I've had so many great experiences over the last 3 years that I've been here with you, and you've given me such great memories to take with me, so I hope that I have given you good memories to take with you. So here's to chasing your dream in the cutest pair of shoes you own. Congratulations, everyone, and I wish you all the best in life.
Thank you, Ms. Elias. Okay, at this time, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to get to a point I guess we're all here for. Is everybody ready? I guess that's a yes. At this point, it gives me great pleasure to introduce my friend, colleague, and our assistant principal here at the Waterbury Arts Magnet School, Ms. Patricia Moore, and we are going to hand out some diplomas. Mrs. Moore?
At this time, we'll be awarding the diplomas to the graduating class of 2017. Please rise. Samir Ahmed. Brandon J. Amayo. Courtney Amayo. Daniel Anderson. Tyreek M. Andrews. Trevor Aresta. Celeste Arroyo. Cody Babin. Alexis Rain Benlaki. Daniel Barros. Jamel Amaru Battle. Anijah Brathwaite. Alexandria Princess Brown. Cindy Bastillo. Dominique Dolores Bird. Aliza Caban. Nara Camberlin. Christopher Leon Castillo. Sadiqa Oksana V. Chambers. Ezekiel Cheney. Amber Marie Clavette. Caitlin Jo Grosso Cocciolo. Giselle Lacree Colon. Brianna Marie Crespo. Sierra H. Cushman. Justin Donis. Janai Imani Davis. Ryan Joseph Durasimo. Kimberly Deo. Gina Marie DeVito. Kyra Laree Nikki Dunbar. Imani Renee Dunstan. Kelsey Eggleton. Brennan Engelhard. Michael Anthony Esposito. Raven Renee Fabian. Susie Gagne. Geraldine Yvette Gonzalez. Kathy Gonzalez. Claire Green. Ala Hashim. Harrison Gates Herzig. Eric Heredia. Kobe M. Hilliard. Kiara Elise Holmes. Lenasia M. Howard. Thomas Hunt. Zaria Marie Eiffel. Anye Jackson. Jesse Jeremis. Tarius M. Johnson. Demoya Kelly. Victoria Christina Kennison. Carolyn May Kleinschmidt. Damon Kazuch. Diosi Leo. Beatrice Lima. Angel A. Lanos III. Aisha Lopez. Andriana Lorenzo. Destiny Chantel Maitland. Jasmine Mariano. Seth Ian Medina. Christopher Mercado. Jose Mercado. Angie Marlene Molina Ortiz. Louis Clyde Malaconi. Deja Morrison. Mark Ochang Othiano. Alasia Pasqua. Mark Andrew Peterson. Mason Andrew Peterson, I apologize. Amanda Poinatale. Ryan Rabuska. Eileen Ramos. Jabez Angel Ramos. Abigail T. Rickavicius. Joshua Royks. Shania Renee Rodriguez. Brittany Romanello. Cuneta Roscoe. Rebecca Ann Ross. David Saavedra. Euphrates Saki. Nathaniel Sanchez. Brock Sanford. Lauren Schmidt. Isis Simon. Catherine Small. Alexa Susarchik. Brooke Winter Swirsky. David Tekdari. Samantha Elise Taradash. Cameron Taylor. Michael Thomas. Madison Ann Terrell. Brianna Urso. Jefferson Vasquez. Jordan Vaughn. John Ferris Walker III. Justice Walker. Gabriel Warner. Noah Michael Rowland Warner. Justin Weaver. Sydney Yarjo. Alexandria Zasimovich. At this time, I would like to welcome Gina DeVito to the front of the stage to address the graduates. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Knoll to come to the microphone to conclude our exercises.
Not sure what I'm doing at this point. All right. All right, ladies, gentlemen, families, congratulations. Graduates, congratulations. What a great night. I hope everybody enjoys. I want to thank Gina for returning the tassels. At this point, it's just some house cleaning. Enjoy your evening. But I'm just going to ask that family and friends just please remain in their seats for a few moments until the final procession has ended. The graduates are going to leave. And they're going to be led by our marshals, Joel Munez and Jess Romanello. And families, you may proceed to the courtyards to meet and congratulate your children and graduates. Congratulations, everybody, families, students. Have a great night. The procession may begin. Congratulations.